Naguulat mula sa shore na kasing pretty ko.
Bringing you the latest and greatest.
And diving deep into the cool waters
of BLs and GLs.
And every kind of love there is.
We are the Shippers.
Sail with us as we watch our favorite queer love stories.
And update you about the latest every week.
Kaya tara, sakay na as we sail the open seas.
With new episodes Mondays and Wednesdays on all major podcast streaming platforms.
Sakay na you. Let's go.
The views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom Podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
This episode of the Kingdom Podcast is brought to you by the Bunk Collective.
It's scary to even think about this show. Through hell or high water amidst the variety of challenges, and after 8 years of doing what we do best, one thing united us all. One show ruled them all. When you played the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground.
Wait a second. I think you got the wrong kingdom. Do you even know what happens on the show?
I was not prepared for that story that you're about to tell.
Are they the inevitable next nations group?
Not when they're handled by JYPE.
When a boy group idol is seen with like a girl group idol, a lot of people like suddenly here are like dating, and then fan sites are gonna start closing down.
Yeah.
You know, all those stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand why.
Interacting with 60 different countries around the globe and listened to by thousands from the Philippine archipelago, The Voice is back for Season 2. Fearless, better, stronger, and boy does he enjoy the grind.
They're gonna be like, oh my god, let me sit on that. Like,
yeah.
OMG, no, stop.
We talk about what other K-pop shows are fucking afraid to talk about.
People will get invested only to know that they will disband. Because, you know, everyone gets old at some point and they can't always be an idol.
Just because you love someone, that's not how they grow, right?
That's right.
You need to give it to them straight. You need to be honest.
From personal matters to all the juicy stuff, no holds barred.
They're like, oh, I don't trust multis because I don't
unfollow.
Okay, muted. Got you.
Broadcasting live from Manila, Philippines at the TKP Studios. This is the revelation that is the Kingdom Podcast, Season 2, with your host, the baddest SOB in K-pop podcasting history, the king himself, The Voice, DJ Yuki.
Guwapo ni Jungkook, no?
Yes, you mean the
and I feel like I can go on and on about just raving over BTS and, you know, but it's just, I don't know. Like back then I used to like RM and I still like that, like I like all of them. It's just that, you know, Jungkook guwapo eh.
Yes.
And
leave some for others.
Exactly. And it never occurred to me that BTS back then was going to like be super huge.
Oh yeah.
Because when they were there, EXO was omnipotently still present, you know? And they kind of dropped off and, you know, BTS took over and
yep.
And there's always that kind of argument where no, BTS is still, you know, somewhere in the middle, blah blah blah, and EXO is still up there, and they can probably say a lot. And I don't know if you guys want to comment on that or not, but like for me, like BTS would be the probably the biggest group of all time in any generation.
Exactly. I guess maybe because they're international right now. I mean, thanks to
they
their
banked
company.
on that, right?
Yeah, I guess thanks to their company.
Yeah, they broke through the American market, right? That was always the main what they were aiming for. Yeah.
And they broke hard. Like it wasn't even subtle, right?
Exactly. Like they went to interviews. Other K-pop went to interviews too. I don't know what made them go like BTS.
I know Halsey maybe.
True.
It was after that song, right?
Yeah,
It's
Boy
like,
With Love. Yeah.
they just blew up after
Yeah.
Boy
Is
with
it
Love.
DNA?
So
Boy with Love.
Boy
I
with
thought
Love.
it's DNA.
yeah, and DNA, yeah. I mean, props to them, right? And they're consistently producing good songs.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this because, I'm dating a K-pop fan, and she's more or less, into the BTS fandom. Well,
what's up?
I don't want to say that she's in the fandom, but like she listens like to BTS. Like there's a comeback. Oh, may comeback sila. Okay, great. And I was thinking that when it comes to dating, because when we started dating, she was already a K-pop fan. She was really into K-pop, and I think it became just easier for me.
Yeah.
Which, like, imagine I'm 28 years old, and let's say, for instance, when we started dating, I was around 25 or 26, and then imagine me telling her, "Hey, I'm into K-pop and I host a K-pop podcast." Like, isn't that like what? You're 25. And you're into K-pop and you host a K-pop. Like, parang kang the buzz ng, alam mo yun? It's kind of weird,
Yeah, it was not really heard of.
Exactly, and that's why, like, I felt like it was easier to transition her into me trying to make a name for myself hosting a K-pop podcast on the web. And like, I don't know, like, I just wanted to talk about, like, what are the pros and cons, do you think, of dating a K-pop fan?
Would you like to go first? Well, for me, I don't know. I think we're very simple. I think people, the K-pop fans. I mean, like, if you want to give us gifts, you just know like which merch to get us, or something related to it, and then
album,
yes,
album.
Yeah, and I guess another thing is that, like, unless you're like a really jealous person, you don't really need to contend with actual, like, real life. I mean, like, you only have like virtual like boyfriends, or like they're not to contend with or something like that. So yeah, we're very simple.
Yeah, that's fair. Do they even may ganun pa rin no? Like, I assume that they're in the world, like, may magsiselos pa rin kay Jenny. Because, I don't know, that's how it is, right? I mean, and I feel like I'm pretty lucky, because whenever, like, my girlfriend and I converse with someone in K-pop, it's like, ex ko yun eh. And she's like fine with it,
Exactly.
It's not like she's not crushing over like someone from like One Us or whatever. It's like she is, like, she's really into it, and like sometimes it's like, okay, sure. Like,
if you're not interested with the K-pop group that she's talking about,
Yeah, well, it's not that I'm not interested, but she's standing this group called One Us, right? They're Mamamoo Hubes, like in RBW. And it's like they're not really super popular, but they're getting a lot of, traction nowadays. So whenever like she says something like, "Hey, don't see Raven, Pogi," like, okay, cool. I feel like that's a pro, that you get to understand. And sometimes there's a con in this, though, that I can think of. It's like beauty standards for K-pop fans are very high.
Yeah. Like, how can they compete? That's almost unrealistic.
Exactly. Right?
And you'll be like asking them, like, "Oh, can you get this haircut? Can you get this hair dye?" Guilty of that, actually.
Right, exactly. Right. It's like there's something like that. Let me give you a prime example. Like, when I was dating Tiffany of Girls' Generation. And then we broke up. Tapos pinalit niya sa akin si Nico. And it was like, of all the people to date, it's like, Nico, God dear. I mean, dude, 2PM has 6 members. It's like, why him? Like, when it comes to the beauty standard, of course, K-pop, it's a beauty, like, it's aesthetically beautiful, and that's their main market, They market beauty. Regardless of what people say, I think more or less music comes second. I mean, and that may be something very controversial to say, right? Because it's Korean pop culture, it's more or less like the music, but they're marketing, how beautiful the people are. And yun yung nakikita ng mga tao eh. So it's aesthetically pleasing and shit like that. And I feel that like, they're marketing beauty more than the music, and music just comes like second, and is very very good as well. I'm not discounting the music. It's just that I feel like the aesthetics of K-pop is the main market of everything.
main
And that's
pull.
why, yeah, exactly. And that's why like people have that higher beauty standard, which if you as a like myself, a guy, like if I want to court someone and I find out like, are you K-pop? Yeah, I am. It's like shit.
I guess also it depends on insecurity too. Not
Yeah,
just
and I'm
like
full of that.
so it depends on the person, I guess.
I guess that's fair to say. Yeah, it still depends on the person, and I don't know. That I feel that like that's a con. But how say you guys? Can you think of any cons?
Well, buying a lot of albums.
Like especially if they're the ones like spending for you.
Is it really? Is it a con?
I mean, like, imagine if we're sharing like savings and all, and then asan na yung pera?
Pinangbili ko ng hindi muna
Parang-
tayo kakain.
Mga 2 weeks tayo magtitipid na.
Or
Instant
like,
ramyun.
like even though they're K-pop and they might not like to go to the same concert. Like for example, if I'm a big fan of BTS and then my partner is like, I don't really want to go to a guy K-pop.
A guy concert, yeah.
Yeah.
A boy group
So,
concert,
like,
yeah.
Oh, sige, mag-isa na lang ako.
Will he
Maybe.
let you though?
Of course, he would let me, but
respecting.
he wouldn't go. He would just say like, "Okay, why did you go with Bethany instead?" I'll go with you.
It's funny that whenever like if you're the boyfriend, right? You take the girlfriend to the concert. Girlfriend goes out the car or like the cab or whatnot. Me light stick on my left hand, banner on the right. It's like a freaking glow glow in the dark headband, So it's like shit, what's happening here?
Exactly.
But yeah, you get to I guess because we're fans, we understand, right? But if you're someone like from the outside,
Yeah, they won't. Yeah.
it's like they would find it cringy. Well, I still find it cringy, It's like as fans, it's like if you go to like an event filled with like wearing like a pink T-shirt that says "Stephanie, I love you." Well,
True. I would have changed like in the venue.
Yeah.
I used to do that though. Like
Really?
it was really bad.
Proud.
Yeah.
It's like here's like someone does martial arts and shit like that, does a podcast, like and then goes to an event wearing pink, and then
Kudos to you.
has keep calm and love Tiffany on like the fucking T-shirt. It's like it's so bad. Oh, we have to host a podcast episode, you guys. Oh my God, sorry. Welcome back to the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. This is brought to you by the Bunk Collective. My name is Yuki, and over here, oh my God, look at this. These two girls.
Yeah.
Who are they?
I gotta say, like, you guys are hilarious.
Oh, yes.
I listen to your podcast, and I just it makes me laugh, and I like it. I like listening to you guys, and like
to know.
they're here because I found out that they're K-pop fans. And it's like, let's go! I need episodes and I need content, and you know how it is. Like when it comes to podcasting, right? It's so hard to make content out of like if you're just alone.
True.
And I'm the sole host of the podcast, and whenever like I want to release an episode, it's like I can't think of topics whenever I'm alone. Like I need to talk to someone.
Yeah.
So
I need to bounce off of someone. Yeah.
Exactly right, and that's why I'm really excited to get you guys. We're all under the same family, the Bunk Collective. Please welcome on the show from Mars Watna. This is Michelle and Bethany. Hi, girls.
What's up?
Happy to be here. Pew, pew,
Mars
pew.
Watna.
So ganito yun.
Look, what's impressive? What I'm impressed of is like the title. It's very like just broad, It's like Mars Watna. And I think I've never used that phrase, but I hear it every time. So I want to get to know you guys. Like, how did this start? Like the podcasting stint.
Well, like most of other podcasters, it's because of COVID.
Yep. All the free time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. At first, But this is Michelle, by the way.
Yeah, hi Michelle. Yeah, I
Our
figured.
voice.
Like I'm trying because they sound alike to me. Like you guys.
So yeah, wala, we were because I think Bethany was were you in the
Visiting the Philippines.
Yeah, so we were zooming and we're like, hey, we sound fun and we sound like we
Here's
have
an
interesting-
idea. Let's post this conversation and we'll see what people think. Or yeah, because for the longest time, Mars Michelle was she had this idea. She wanted to start a podcast actually by herself, but then like you said, it's kind of hard to just like keep going by yourself. And she felt like, oh, if she's willing, just drag her in. And I was like, more than willing. Like, sige, take me. And then so yeah, we just decided like, oh, because we call each other Mars ever since we were little kids. We've been childhood friends ever since.
Exactly. Because we were like, oh, what do our moms call each other? Like Mars. Oh, sige, we call each other Mars. So imagine like mga 9-year-olds.
Yeah, Mars. Yeah, we brought it all the way to adulthood.
Exactly.
Then you have like a random tita finding it weird. It's like what?
Yes.
Exactly.
9-year-olds saying Mars.
Tapos yung title, we're like, oh, how are we gonna? What are we going to be called? So we're like, okay, we're not that fluent in Tagalog, so why not put that in the title?
Taglish, yeah, like
lovely.
Mars, what?
People that are not fluent in Tagalog. Ah, lovely.
We got you.
So like whenever like there's a conversation that my girlfriend and I like we're arguing and stuff, like she would speak in Tagalog. It's like I don't know how to respond to that properly, so I tend to speak to her in English, shit like that, like And so, what's this all about?
So yeah, Mars, what now? Well, it's mostly two of us, like Kamara's catching up on each other, and since we're like outside of the Philippines, we're just trying to reconnect with our like Filipino roots somehow, like try to like discover like our inherent Filipino-ness, like connect with like people abroad with the same experience. Yeah, so it's just like a lot of topics like like Filipino food or like watching Filipino films or like the experience with your Filipino titas, body shaming, all those kind of things. Just random topics.
The Martes mode.
I love it. Yeah, it was like you didn't even like sugarcoat that, experiences with your titas, body shaming you, just shit like that.
Just casually dropping that.
I love it. It's like, do you host this like with wine on hand, mga ganun?
Yeah, like that's how it like started. We were like, we need to be plastered to have the confidence to do this, so we'd always like cheers before. Yeah.
Good shit, man. So, you started with Bunk like just recently. I think we were like in the same batch, more or less.
Yeah, same time, around the same time.
Yeah. So how is it so far? Who's your producer, by the way?
McCoy.
McCoy.
Yeah.
McCoy's like up there. Jeez.
Exactly. He's been supportive from the start, so it's awesome.
Yeah, we're having fun with the Bunk. It's just like everyone's like a crazy fun bunch. Actually, like we feel like we like really part of the family.
Oh, you should have been there. Like 2 days ago, we talked for 10 hours straight.
Oh no!
I have no idea how that happened. It's like we watched the movie for 2 hours and then it like we talked for 8. I was like, what the hell is happening here?
Because I saw the message and I was like, oh, they're watching a movie. And then I was like, oh, they're still there.
It's like, oh, they don't have a life. It's a Friday night. Parang, what the hell is happening? Like, iho di PI. Parang, ang ginagawa natin, 7:00 na ng umaga. Matulog na tayo. So, stuff like that. Well, but it's fun here in the Bunk. Like, it really is. Like, that's why I kept on telling other people, like, podcaster friends, like, uy, well, punta na kayo sa Bunk. Saya dito. Bigyan nila kayo support. Stuff like that. So now, I know that you guys, I found out from Bethany that you guys are K-pop fans. Let me ask you guys, how did it start when it comes to your K-pop journey?
Well, for me, it started in primary because we have a friend.
Primary or grade school?
Grade school, yeah.
What?
She used to love Boa, like number 1.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, okay, let me listen to this. And then after that, it stopped because she went back to Korea. And then in high school, a friend introduced me to Shinies. I'm like, oh, okay, they're
Shinies
cute.
back.
Yeah, Shiny. And then the usual Big Bang 21. And then I stopped again because wala na yung high school friend ko. And then my cousin introduced me to BTS. I'm like, oh, seriously, you guys are
Here we go
into this
again.
K-pop stuff.
Recruiting
Yeah,
you.
I was like, pakule. I was like, oh, I'm done with that.
Those so 2 generations ago,
Yeah,
or 1
I'm like,
generation ago.
oh gosh, it's not in anymore. And then my cousin sent me a link, and then of course, you know how you started with one video and then you got trapped with
Yeah,
another
you get
video,
Yeah.
and then oh, okay, it seems like I like this person, and then they're like, oh my gosh, you're an army. I'm like, what the heck is an army? It's the fandom. Oh, okay.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like, okay, now I get it. So yun. And then I like a lot. There's no like specific ones, but
Mhm.
yeah.
But who do you stand mostly?
This time mostly, let me look at my merch. BTS, but I really like the ballad one. So I don't know if you guys know AKMU or
Yeah,
Akdong.
Akmo. Yeah, Akmo.
Yeah, and Lehigh, Ailey.
Wow, look
Yeah,
at
them.
you. Like solo artists.
Solo artists is dummy. But yeah.
So you're into Mamamoo as well.
Oh yes, Mamamoo, because of their vocals.
Yep.
I'm more on vocals, I guess.
Yeah.
Same.
How about you, Bethany? Like what
Yeah,
are you
so
into?
for me, it's also like a similar type of thing that like because Hong Kong is actually no, they're really familiar with K-pop ever
Hong Kong
since.
is a
So
mecca.
yeah. So it's like when I was studying here when I was younger, they used to have like a TV show called like Pops and Soul or something. So they used to play all the hits of that time. So like Boa and all that. So I would hear it, but I was never really like in it just yet. And then by the time I went to the Philippines to study for a couple of years, it's like that's when I was like, oh, that's when like when Wonder Girls was blowing up, nobody, and of course like 21, of course, because everybody knew Sandara at the time because of she was in the Philippines also, she came from there. And then so yeah, I was acutely aware of all the songs, so like Suju, SNSD, all that. But then I was like, okay, it's just casual listening, I never like sought it out myself until like cut to like years and years and years. Like Blackpink was suddenly, I was like, okay, oh my gosh, a K-pop group reached Coachella, and I was like, okay, they have to be like a big deal or something.
That was fairly recent then.
Yeah, fairly recent, yes. So I was like, okay, and then I heard Whistle, and then I was like, okay, and then I listened to the rest of their songs. I was like, okay, there's something here, and then and then afterwards I was like, wait a minute, but then I remember the older songs, and then that's when I started going into like Girls' Generation. I was like, wait a minute. I remember when I used to hear GGG, and when my sister was trying to teach me like the genie dance. So like I kind of revisited all the like second generation stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, I should have been standing from the start.
Yeah.
So I was like, I missed out. Damn it! Like I was right here in Hong Kong. I could have been attending all these concerts.
Mama
I
is
went
in
to
Hong
one.
Kong.
Yeah.
My gosh, I was there in Hong Kong like like pre-pandemic, just before the pandemic blew up,
Nice.
and like I went to like the Mama place, and it's huge, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's
But
massive.
apparently they said the concert place is quite small, so it seems like you're still up close with the
So lucky for the
artist. I
the
don't know.
fans here.
Bakit ganun? Yung MOA Arena ang liit, pero pag umupo ka dun parang ang layo mo.
Tama.
Ba't ganun? Unfair. But yeah, you should. Yeah, I mean, look, I totally understand where you're coming from. Where I felt like I stopped 3rd gen, and then just came back like 3.5 gen. You know how it is. Where like I miss the roots of like BTS.
Yeah.
I say Red Velvet. Twice. Like I feel like I missed those.
Yep.
And I felt like I missed a lot because they blew up, right? And I didn't really see, the roots of everything. So it's like I feel bad, and I feel you, Bethany. But yeah, now I understand why you say that you feel like you're kind of new too.
Yeah. Like
It's
I wish
Coachella.
I was there.
When was
but
that,
I-
Michelle? Coachella?
Sorry?
When was Coachella again? Like the Blackpink Coachella? So 2020?
Last
Wasn't it 20? Wait, what was
2
that?
weeks.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, maybe.
Sorry, the years have kind of like blurred together. But I was like, wasn't it around 2000? Oh my gosh,
Blackpink, Coachella.
2019.
Yeah, I'm googling this.
That's what Bethany is doing right now.
Like,
No, it's 2019.
yeah. So yes.
So
very
Whistle
early
was the
season.
catalyst for you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There was just something about it that was like, okay, that simple melody, and then there was just so much sass, so much like attitude in like one song. And I was like, and it didn't hurt that all four of them were like visually just so like
Yeah, they
good
really
looking,
brought
of
it.
course. Yeah.
They brought
But
it.
it's so weird how we were like, oh, okay, we really like their dance. And then we started trying to dance. I was like, wait, what are we doing?
That's me in the shower. I can never dance like for like gun to my head. But then you listen to Permission to Dance like in the shower.
Oh,
like, na, 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 na. Oh my god, you gotta
have
dance it.
Yeah, sure.
Prior to me calling you guys, like I was dancing Permission to Dance.
Oh my god.
No, that's why I started the conversation with like "Ang gwapo ni Jungkook." Because I was
get it now.
watching just a lot of
Like,
BTS.
kid, you are young, but
So that's jailbait. Parang
I know.
anyway. But yeah, so now you guys are like, is this part of your everyday like stuff
Mhm.
when it comes to K-pop?
K-pop. Like, for me, I listen to it when I want to be like alone.
Wanna be
During my
happy.
alone time. Yeah, when I want to be happy, I'm like, okay, like let's
Yeah.
listen to upbeat song. Or if I want to calm myself down, I'll listen to like Akmu.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some days I'm just like scrolling through YouTube, and before I know it, I'm just like watching all the same videos that I've watched all over and over again, like Girls' Generation, all their
Yeah.
stages and all that. I'm like, oh man,
It's interesting because we're not
good day well
tired of it.
a day well spent.
It's like you want to watch like just one video. I'll watch like a couple of videos. Then you check like, ay, apat na oras na. And that happens like to everyone, I guarantee. But yeah, okay, Friday. Thanks guys for being here. That's the end of the show. No, I'm kidding. We'll get to our first commercial break. When we come back, we have the K-pop goodness for everyone. This is Michelle, Bethany, and Yuki for the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Hey everyone, Mo Twister here. Just as long as my guy Yuki here is talking about Jenny Kim, then I'm all over this podcast. You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
We are Bunk Collective, and we are podcasts that'll shake the podcast industry. No, wait, that's overpromising. We are Bunk Collective, and we're here to define meaningful storytelling. Nah, doesn't feel right. We are Bunk Collective, and we're here to make meaningful moments. Scratch that. You know what? Let's just say it like it is. We are Bunk Collective, podcasts that came to play.
A bunch of playful and creative people telling our stories on our own terms.
No matter your type of podcast, there's a ton to play with.
And there's a lot more joining the collective real soon.
So press play and play with us.
We're here to give you a good time.
Hi, we are Spill the Soju Podcast. Your favorite dose of K-culture TMIs, fangirling shenanigans, and straight up 2 a.m. conversations.
Served to you fresh and hot off the plate by 3 best friends.
Ashley,
Katie,
And Chelsea.
who need an excuse to fangirl.
Check us out on Twitter at SCSPodPH, Instagram at Spill the Soju Podcast, and on your favorite podcast streaming platforms.
see you there!
This is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Welcome back to the podcast. This is the time where I invite you to support the podcast. You can go to Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/the Kingdom Pod PH. You can donate there. There's no really like limit on how much you want to donate. So if you want to support the podcast in a different way, other than listening and following our socials, you can go to that website, Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/the Kingdom Pod PH. This is Yuki with Bethany and Michelle here from Mars Whatna. You girls, where can we find you?
You can find us in Instagram. So our Instagram is marswhatna.podcast, and in our link in our bio, we have more platforms there. So just click
Yeah, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mars what na.
We're also on YouTube, so
Yeah, that's selos na selos ako dun. It's like, you guys are on YouTube. Like,
uy, kaya mo, Jay.
yeah, but you know how it is. Like when it comes to creating like a video podcast, right? It's such like,
hassle.
Sobrang laking hassle talaga. It's like, and imagine like what we're doing with just audio. It's so easy. It's like you record konting moving lang ng mga commercial breaks, and then that's it. And then it's like I wanted to make like a video podcast, and supposedly the Kingdom podcast in its first season, our first 4 or 5 episodes were all live, via Twitch, and it was all like video format. So when we started doing that, like because people are reacting to it, right? It takes a whole while for you to end the episode.
True.
So it used to run for like, I don't know, 3-4 hours.
Oh wow, that's longer than
A lot of editing.
Shit long, right? I mean, parang I was trying to, it's like I'm trying to limit everything, and then you have like co-hosts, obviously, because the more people. This is what I'm saying when it comes to podcasts. The more people you have in the episode, the longer it's gonna get.
Exactly.
For
sure. Yeah.
And it's not that you don't love doing the podcast thing, because we do. Like we're podcasters, but. Like you gotta control, like the fucking conversation. It's like right now, like we could go on and on when it comes to K-pop. It's like
for sure, 4 hours, 5 hours in the end for sure.
Exactly. It's like we need soju and freaking basta. Like we just need like something to drink, and then we can go on for like probably 4 hours. And because it's K-pop, and that's why we need to control it. I want to do the podcast like recording thing. Then our team was like, walang traction, wala tong makikinig. Sabi, di meron yan. So back then, like we had like 2, 3, 4 listeners. Masaya na kami dun.
Yeah,
and then it kind of just like blew up, And so, freaking good stuff. Welcome back to the podcast. It's hard when it comes to like podcast. A lot of podcasters hosting one episode. Kasi lahat tayo madaldal.
Oh my gosh, yes. So sometimes we have to tell each other like, okay, let's limit our storytelling.
Parang, and you guys have
straight to the point.
And if you guys are recording, like let's say together, like what you're doing right now, pwede kayong magkalabitan sa isa't isa, like let's limit stuff. Because it's like if you're apart from each other, it's like you can just go on and on,
Oh my gosh, yeah. We would just look at each other like, okay.
Well, before we get to the K-pop stuff, what's the longest episode you ever recorded? I'm looking at it on your page.
2 hours.
2 hours.
And we broke
plus.
Yeah, we just broke it into 2 episodes.
Or
like part 1, part 2.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
After this, I have another recording.
Ooh. Wait, what time is the next one?
I don't know, 8-ish maybe.
Okay.
But it's fine, So and I was trying to make myself mentally ready for like a 4-hour session.
Yes. Sunod. Yeah.
Siyempre, di ba, may mga commercial break, may chika-chika, stuff
Try
like that.
to avoid that, like the back-to-back, because it's actually kind of...
Yeah, but, with it co-hosts are scarce, It's like there's scarcity when it comes to looking for co-hosts. So, I'm okay with it. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, we're going to talk about girl groups. So, you guys, I know that you guys are, fans of K-pop, and you stand, a good number of girl groups as well. ITZY and aespa, right?
Yep.
And there's this more or less ongoing battle between, supremacy between them. Because, there are a lot of girl groups, but they're kind of like the higher echelons na when it comes to, the rankings. And I just wanted to ask you, because I know you guys are into K-pop. You're more or less kind of updated about, the culture and what's happening. It's like, when it comes to the girl group race, who's winning? aespa or ITZY? Let me try and go first if you want. If you guys have like, if you guys need time, or do you want to go first?
You can go first. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. All right. So I used to hate aespa. It's like, hate is a strong word, Yuki. Fuck you. No, I hate aespa. It's like I used to hate them. And the reason is because like I'm not into the AI bull
Like that
crap
whole
that they're
concept.
doing, you know, and it's just not working out for me. And the song choices and the song concepts weren't really helping out as well.
Yeah.
And then Savage dropped, and I was just so hooked into it.
You were converted.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't say, I can't say I'm converted to being a full blown fan. That's why when it comes to my Twitter bio, I have aespa there with a question mark,
Like unsure pa.
Yeah, I'm still unsure, but I love Winter. She for me, she has to be one of the idols nowadays that have such a great grasp on stage presence. That's why I love her.
I see that. I see that.
And I see Karina as probably at one point being the new beauty standard.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, right?
The it girl. Yeah.
And
For sure.
SM, they're big into aesthetics,
Yes,
they have Irene,
that's their thing. Yeah, of course.
They have
Oh,
Irene, who's still probably up to this day, arguably the most beautiful idol that's still active.
Original visual,
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. The OG, right? And I'm just not really into the concept until Savage happened, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give a pass on this song. But this is the time where they need to prove themselves worthy of my attention.
Like they got it na. They need to just maintain it.
Exactly. They just need to maintain it, right? But I'm still just not a big fan of the concept of AI, Kwangya, the place where they go to and stuff. And now Taeyon's in it as well, with her new comeback.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
there
kind of
It's-
weird.
I think they're trying to start that concept of AI this year. Then
Yeah, they're doing the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is working out because I felt like it's a cheap reiteration of not the MCU but the Lunaverse. I don't know if you know the girl group Luna.
I'm familiar, but not really.
Yeah. So in a long story short, what Luna is doing is that they introduce each member individually.
Oh.
And they had music videos, right?
Uh-huh.
So all of the music videos from the individual promotions up to the group, they're all in one universe, one story. And they did it well.
Okay.
And this is what Kwangya and SM is doing, and I feel like it's just a cheap ripoff. That's why I'm really just not. I can't go deep into the aespa fandom just yet. I'm a fan of SNSD and Red Velvet and FX. Well, FX we can't hear from the basement, so But you know how it is. I'm a big SM buff. I love Shiny, I love EXO, Super Junior, and I'm just all into the SM family. It's just that I'm not into what they're doing right now. So, but I am into ITZY so hard. Probably they're my bias group right now.
Yeah.
And I just feel when it comes to ITZY and aespa, this is the battle of international and Korean relevancy.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to ask you, who's winning it?
I guess for me, in my opinion, ITZY for me because I guess I started off with ITZY. And then I'm like, oh, they're badass. Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, they are.
And then for aespa, I'm like, okay, the new music, no, it's just that hindi ko style. So I'm like,
you can go ham. You can say na hindi siya maganda.
Oh, no. Hindi ko style. Hindi ko feel. No, seriously, I tried my best. So I'm like, okay, they have nice music, but I don't think I'm gonna listen to it again. It's like a hit or miss for me.
Right. Yeah.
So
and that's for the casual fan, right? They have to understand that. For us, we've been listening to K-pop for a while now, and alam na natin yung taste natin when it comes to the music, and it's just that right now what ITZY's doing or what aespa rather is doing is it's a kind of a hit or miss for us. And that's why I understand where you're coming from as well.
Yeah. For me,
How about you?
Same thing. Parang the first time I heard aespa, Black Mamba and all those other songs, I was like, I'm confused. There's so much going on. And then the whole AI thing, I was like, bakit kailangan pa ng ganun? Why can't we just do the music and then let their charisma, their strong vocals speak for itself and all that. So I was I wasn't really feeling it because I just wanted, I don't know. I just wanted something simple lang. But then like kasi ITZY, like what we were talking about, they from the get-go, they were just so strong. They had such strong presence, and individually I felt that they were like, such a powerhouse, like rookies and all that. So I was like, yeah, ITZY for sure. Especially after I've watched all their like live, like the most recent like mga concerts and performances. I was like, damn, Ryujin, my God, step on me.
Step on me.
She's like, oh my God. I was like that whole may meron pang siyang fight scene and all those
That's
things. I was
right.
like,
Yeah, in Mama. Yeah.
I was like, grabe, they're everything.
Acting,
They're theatrics. They're like they're the moment. They're everything. So I was like, ITZY for sure.
Like, Ryujin would have shit on her shoe, and I'd still want her to step on my face.
Please.
Oh, please.
The other foot, please.
Oh my God. But I gotta put aespa in the spotlight, right? But because I feel like ITZY would still obviously be my choice. But when it comes to the relevancy, because like I said, sinabi nila na when it's like Korean versus international relevancy. aespa's winning Korea right now. And I feel that the support that'll come from their agencies will still mainly be based on the current market, on where they are. And that's where ITZY kind of falls back. And of course, there's NMIX, which is like the new JYP group.
Yeah, the day after tomorrow, right? They're gonna debut. Yeah,
but I feel like people are moving half-fast when it comes to NMIX.
Yeah.
Ooh, half-fast?
Yeah, parang lukewarm yung tawag dito, yung pagtanggap ng tao sa kanila. And I feel really bad for them, obviously, because they're rookies, right? But they're not getting like the amount of traction and attention that ITZY had.
Yeah.
Even twice, like twice when they debuted, it's like they blew up.
Yeah.
And then ITZY happened, and then they blew up as well, winning Rookie of the Year and stuff like that. And then here comes NMIX. Like, obviously, Rookie of the Year is still far from today, right? It's from December, right? Pero they're just not, like, they're not getting the traction that obviously people want them to get.
Maybe we'll wait for new songs. I mean, like, if they play a different
it all depends talaga on the first, their debut single.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but from what I've heard, I'm not really impressed.
Yeah. It's not at all impressive. But then again, give them the benefit of the doubt, kasi Red Velvet released Happiness and they blew up.
Yep, that's true.
Happiness was shit. So things like that. And I just don't know like how they're gonna capitalize on how ITZY's gonna capitalize on the traction that they have, because internationally they're winning.
True.
But aespa, like, landslide talagang sa kanila yung Korea.
For sure.
Plus SM has that weird concept of like having their AI representative in the hotel to have a date with. I don't know.
Oh,
anyway.
First time hearing of that.
Yeah, kind of sus, right? It's like so their AI like counterpart, you can rent quote unquote them and have them date you like in a hotel.
That's messed up.
No, right? It's really weird. Like, you can Google it. It's true to life story.
Oh my God.
I wish it was, fiction or something, but no,
I
it's
get
not.
it. I guess it's for the Dilulu then.
It's so weird. So I'm getting bad vibes,
Yeah, same.
Like, what's happening here?
But I feel like it would still, it would still like work for most like very passionate fans.
Yeah, 50 to 60 years old. And but all kidding aside, I don't know how they're gonna get through this, but hopefully it's gonna be paano ba? Because I feel that if we're gonna look into it and compare it to the current market, what girl groups are dominating right now? Twice and Blackpink, right?
Yeah. Even though Blackpink hasn't had like a comeback in forever.
Yes.
But,
but Blackpink is like
Still
super
there.
relevant. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Twice is doing the US tour right now, which is
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
right?
But
But it never occurred to me that Blackpink kind of fell off the radar. Is it because of their international relevancy? This is where the international relevancy takes over.
I guess so. I guess like especially the Korean fans, they're like, oh, okay, they're too focused on the international. Okay, they already have fans there, so why do we have
Why should we
to
care?
keep cheering? Yeah, exactly. Or like, oh, they're changing. They're not. I think the Korean fans already know that Blackpink is not really focused on them.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
international na.
Plus, did you know that they're the number 2 most viewed K-pop music video now? Like Blackpink?
Wait,
With
who's-
How You
Okay.
Like That, I think. Or
Ah.
Dudut Dudut. And back then it was Psy, number 1 and number 2.
Yep.
Gangnam Style Gentleman 1
Yeah.
and 2. But now it's
Oh.
Blackpink. They even beat
Damn.
BTS. Like, I was so
Damn.
surprised.
I guess like they're doing just enough. Like I mean like the bare minimum
Bare
or something.
minimum?
They're like giving crumbs kahit papano. Like I know like Lisa's
hate
comeback
it.
was
He was like, hey, I'll do a solo. I'm still here.
yeah
From the Blackpink.
and then Jisoo's solo is coming up. So I
Yeah.
guess they're keeping us hooked, but it's painful because it's been almost 2 years and I'm like, what?
Look at you. You're updated with Blackpink.
Oh,
Friggin'
diba?
You even know of the Jisoo, like, solo coming up. Like, bring an A. But I feel that, I hate it personally. I'm a Blink. Well, I don't want to associate myself with the fandom, but I'm a Blackpink fan. I just don't want the pressure, of being called a Blink. But it never. I really hated the fact that they're only doing one comeback a year, sometimes even more. And it's not like you're an old group,
Yes.
It's not like you're Shiny or freaking. It's like SES, like the first generation group from SM, had 2 songs in 1 year. It's like, why can't you? And probably it's because like they're busy.
Management.
They're
Maybe it's their
PCB models, ganun.
Maybe their management is like more focused on that than it's hard because sometimes the K-pop the singers, they can't really have a say with these stuff even
That's
though they
right,
want
yeah.
to. So we don't know.
What confuses me is YG doesn't really have any other girl group
Yeah,
besides them.
exactly. But what is keeping you
Yeah.
from releasing new songs or whatever?
Exactly. Props to 21 though. I gotta say, like, 20. But right now, everyone's doing 21 shit. When it comes to
Yeah,
songs,
that's true. They were like way ahead.
ahead of their time.
Yeah.
It's like gone are the cutesy
Yeah.
like girl groups, and I'm not fine with that. But Stacy's kind of cutesy, right?
Yes. Yeah, they appeal to the like they kind of fill a hole.
Yeah, there's a void when it comes to the cutesy stuff, which they're filling up.
That and weekly.
Oh, that weekly too, right? Yeah. But like when it comes to the big guns, like the big girl groups, like they mostly are not into the cutesy stuff anymore. And I kind of like it and hate it at the same time because sometimes like you want that K-pop looking music video where it's all colorful and like
Yes.
not angsty,
Yep.
So yeah, and plus ITZY and aespa, when it comes to this battle, both of them more or less have the same
Yeah.
kind of music, So it's just hard. It's hard to pick, but I think it's unanimous for the 3 of us. It gotta be ITZY, right? At least for now.
For now, it will depend in the next couple of years, like how JYP does with having all 3 girl groups.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We'll see how
that's
it
true.
goes.
Yeah, right. Twice still being super relevant. ITZY being up there already, and then here comes NMIX. Like I don't know what
Yep.
JYP's doing. Props to, like, he has balls though to debut like 3 different girl groups all promoting at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, he does all out though whenever like they do comebacks. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, it's Blackpink again with this music. Yeah.
But then if you look into it, right, it's kind of like what happened back then. Wonder Girls was still active.
Yeah, and
when-
then Miss A.
Then Miss A is still super active, and then
True.
he debuted twice.
Mhm,
So I guess
mhm.
that's what's currently happening right now. I don't know, but I feel that JYP should definitely bank on ITZY more now
yeah.
compared
Yes.
to like any other groups because
Yes.
ITZY will bring them like the numbers for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
A lot of people are standing ITZY. It's insane right now. Renee, I thought this was gonna be a short conversation, girls. Like I'm so sorry. Sabi sa inyo eh.
No.
Like ang daldal talaga natin, ganun talaga podcaster. Like you gotta understand. I'm sorry.
No.
We'll try to keep our answers shorter.
But for someone
summarize.
saying that, hindi kami updated.
Ito eh.
You know?
Kala ko din, I was like, wait, how did you know? I don't even know who's in what company.
Like somehow it's like I absorb information. Okay.
Right? Yeah. So how does it look like for you in, let's say, in 6 months? Do you think it's going to be like just ITZY all the way na? Because I think ITZY's gearing up for a comeback again. aespa's also gearing up like in the next couple of months. I just don't know if they're gonna be smart enough and not put them like in one comeback date.
I guess
Because
we're
they'll
very
be done.
biased. We're very biased with their
Yes,
like,
right?
okay, it's ITZY. It's ITZY.
But I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it'll depend talaga on what their next single is and how.
Right.
It's a will see.
Yeah, because when ITZY came out with Dala Dala, Icy, and Wannabe, those were all bops. Like I felt like
yes.
shit, how will they top this? And then they did Not Shy, which was super great. So shit, like it's 4 songs in a row na magaganda. It's like how are they gonna top this up? And then they topped it with Mafia in the Morning, which
Loco.
I'm not okay with. So sabi ko, it's like, okay, yun na yung hangganan ni JYP. Okay, fine. Pero Mafia in the Morning, it grinds on you, right? Like, you just need to listen to it multiple times.
True.
Kind of, it's just weird. Guess who loves you? Nine.
I
You know? It's weird. Oh, but Yuki, ang ganda ng ng blah 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 ng numbers ng Mafia in the Morning sa Korea. I know Dick. It's just it's preference.
Exactly, that's what you think.
Especially because it's like so vastly different from like Dala Dala and all that. It's like it went a little bit. I don't know. It was like more experimental. I think I don't know. What it was.
Yeah. I think that's the term. Yeah.
Because they did say, because I really like watching reviews, and there's this guy who reacted it, and he's like, it's more on talking for Mafia, like talking rap,
mumble rap.
And then you have that weird like undertone, ring ding ding ding, the crazy frog undertone. Like,
True. Oh my god, now I can't unhear it. Oh, it's a crazy frog.
Well, imagine that frog.
Super weird. But Loco is fine. At least for me, it's like I found it okay. Let's see, I just can't discount aespa, especially now that I'm into it. That I'm into the group, and I'm into, like, I've always been into Winter, but not really Karina. But then I saw Karina. It's like super beautiful and very talented.
Yep.
It's like she can sing, she can dance, she can rap.
Yeah,
Freaking
she's
man.
She's everything.
Is it all natural?
Can't answer that.
I'm the Mafia. Mafia, yeah.
Yeah, I'm only also having like actually the first person that drew me in, Winter, and then like I was like I heard Ning. Her
Ning Ning
vocals, it's like wow,
Chinese,
also really.
I think she's from Hong Kong.
I'm not sure if Taiwan. I think maybe.
Is it Taiwan?
I'm not sure. Wait, let me
Google.
Like, we gotta Google this shit, man. I was like, I don't wanna. Ning, 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 She's Chinese. She was born in China. Oh.
Okay. I got it wrong. Sorry.
You know how bad this is? Like, Ning Ning wasn't even born yet when Boa debuted.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It was like 35. I was watching her video last night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let me search how old. Number 1.
Boa's 35. She debuted when she was 18 or 18
Yeah.
or 17.
I don't know why I remember it being younger than that, like 14, 15.
Yeah, and Ning Ning right now is 19.
Oh, wow.
Insane, right? It's like shit. It's like Boa's been just present all this
ever
time
since.
and
Wow.
never thought of looking into age. And Ning Ning is like 19. She debuted at 17. 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's nuts. My girlfriend's laughing. I don't know why. Okay. Look, I'm all for it. Good luck to aespa and ITZY.
Yep.
Hopefully, you get like great comebacks. Not
Yep.
really into still the Kwangya thing, but I'm looking forward to ITZY, and or rather aespa. Kasi they have so much potential.
Yeah.
And regardless of what I'm saying, and I'm gonna say this again, like on the podcast, I don't find that there's any fault from ITZY, from aespa rather, as a group. I feel like it's still,
They're still
all boils down to the management because they're
Yeah.
so talented.
Yeah.
By the way, the catalyst for me standing aespa is because of Girls on Top.
Yes. Oh my god, I love that. It's like that was like the Avengers like assembling all the
Exactly.
greats from all the from Boa to Red Velvet. I mean, like my god, how can they top this? Like it's
Yeah.
just everyone, everything.
That's true. And I don't want to. I don't. This is not a hit on Super M, but I feel like the Girls on Top is a more relevant group.
I agree, actually.
Yeah, because you have like SNSD, you have Red Velvet, you have
Yes.
aespa, and then you have Boa, right?
Yes.
And it's
that
not like
alone.
Shiny and NCT and EXO are bad groups or lowly groups. Like, they're all up there. It's just that you got Taeyeon
Yes.
and Hyoyeon and Wendy
Yes.
and Sulgi
Yes,
and
the
doing their
vocals.
thing.
Whew!
Oh my god.
dude.
That's the group.
That's it. You have like one group and then you have Boa in a group. It's like
Exactly.
And she's a solo artist. No?
exactly.
Yeah, like
It's
she's the Boa. She's like
the
the
first.
queen,
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I go by the name of Boa of 21. It's like before that happened, Boa was there. Friggin' A.
For sure.
My God. But again, good luck to aespa and ITZY. Looking forward to it, the battle. Because
Yeah,
more or
we'll
less it's
see.
gonna happen.
Yes,
It's
yes.
just a matter of
yes.
waiting when.
Yes, yes.
Chelsea. I don't know.
All right.
It's kind of
Let's get to our-
Exciting.
Yeah,
they'll
it
just
is
keep
really,
one-upping one another. Yeah.
And at the same time, everything's opening up. Like there are concerts now, and I
Yes.
assume like Mama 2022 will be probably in Hong Kong again.
Oh, please. I would
Yes.
want-
Is this going to be your first Mama, if ever? Like,
my second one.
For me first. I will definitely be there for
Yes.
sure.
I'm not gonna do standing anymore because of those fan cam. What do you call those?
fan
With
ca-
the-
like the
huge camera?
the admins, may mga malalaking SLR.
Yeah, because they'll really push you. So
Oh, they do? Really?
Yeah. I don't know. They're very aggressive.
Yeah, I watched
fan
an
cams.
I watched an A-Pink concert here in the Philippines, and then they kept on pushing. Si Nico ko yung isa.
And security guards were so mean, and I was so mean too because I was the snitch. Because they're looking for the person, then the person they're looking for is the one who's pushing me. I'm like, this one
Right.
on the red,
This dish right here.
this one with the yellow shirt.
Wait, Mars Michelle, what was the first Mama that you watched?
It was 2020. Yeah,
2020 Mama?
2020.
2019.
2019. Yeah, 2019.
2019, yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
Wait, who was there?
Who was there? 101. No, not 101.
I'm checking.
what's
80s.
his name?
It's you watched ITZY live?
Yeah.
Pakayabang naman ito, Mars.
Grabe siya.
But then the thing was, I had to buy the ticket, and then my mom called me, and she's like, "Huy, I got the concert. I'm gonna go to the concert, Mama." I'm like, "Huh? How did you get the tickets? I got it for free." I'm like, "What?
What? Excuse
How?
She got it from my uncle, and he works in a bar, and my uncle knows
Connections.
people. So I'm
Hi,
like, "You couldn't give
Uncle."
it to me." And then
Uncle, next time.
my mom was sitting like front row.
Oh my
So
god.
she has a video of like the idols waving at her like, oh
So
my
she felt
God.
their sweat. Their
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was when Dua Lipa and Wasa performed.
Yes.
Oh my god.
What? Why?
Where was I, Mars?
Ewan ko, nasa bahay natutulog.
Where was I? Not really into K-pop.
True.
But yeah, it was a nice experience because I was like, oh my gosh, they're right there.
That's insane. That was a great lineup too. Like they had 17, Mamamoo twice, BTS was there. My God, what a lineup!
Diba?
Who won Song of the Year? Oh, of course, BTS.
Sometimes you're like, okay, I know who's gonna win.
Yeah, and it's not their fault, right? I mean, and I kept on saying this. The girl group scene is more exciting than the boy group scene. It's not because like the boy group scene, like hindi naman dahil not untalented sila or stuff. It's just that BTS is just in a whole nother league, and they
Nobody
can't
else can
catch
beat
up
them.
anymore.
They should
And
have another.
It's fine,
awards.
you know. They're gonna have a comeback again this year, and you know that's gonna win Song of the Year again.
Oh no.
We don't know.
And it's not like the songs are bad. they're all good. You know?
Yeah, I can't even fault them.
I love and hate BTS. Like they don't give chances to like other boy
tama.
groups.
But yeah, sometimes you're like, okay, can you please give others
give
Come
room.
on, give chance naman.
Shine in the spotlight.
Plus 17 and TXT, they're all like solid groups, and
Yeah,
NCT.
true.
It's just that like they can't.
It's a big group.
They just can't catch up. Not anymore. Get to our last commercial break. When we come back, more of the show. Don't go away.
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Hey guys, do you use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, including this. And you can choose over a variety of artists or podcasters for your listening pleasure. So go download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow us on social media so that you'll know when the show will release a new episode. That's the Kingdom Pod PH on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you there!
You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All our episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and on Anchor.fm. Your weekly dose of K-pop is now back.
Well, back to the show. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all in the same name at the Kingdom Pod PH. We're still migrating our website, so just stay tuned for that. But it's still going to be under the same link, thebunkph.com/the Kingdom Pod PH. It's basically all the Kingdom Pod PH. We have a new outro. If you guys didn't know, that's Bethany.
Hi, yes, it's me.
They loved it.
She's a really radio DJ voice.
Right?
I try.
Gosh. Whenever I listen to your podcast, and that's why I had Nikki is our producer for this podcast, and I asked Nikki, like, si Bethany, pwede siya mag-outro. Sige, I'll ask. Siyempre, makapal yung mukha ko, di ba? Baka gusto mo gawin na rin yung intro sa next season.
Ako naman, yes. Okay.
Seriously. Just grab her.
Oh my God. Like, both of you sound awesome, but it's just like something about Bethany is like, wow. It's insane. I loved it. Like, everyone loved it, by the way, like the new outro.
Ili.
Yes.
Magkano yan? Secret. Pero pag may nagtanong, sabi ko, kausapin mo, email mo to, marswatna@thebunkph.com. Good stuff. Welcome back to the show. Before that, where can we find you guys? Like your individual social media accounts.
Mine is Cheng Babe. It's CHENGBABE. 51492. My birthday. Mars.
Mine is on IG. I'm just Bethany Buendia, so like all small letters. Bethany BETHANY BUENDIA. Yeah.
Good stuff. Last two topics for the episode. Ba't nabubulol ako? What the fuck? All right. Here, I don't know where. Ano ba magandang first topic dito, girls?
Let's see.
Do you want the last one or the first one?
Oh.
It's like, because, okay, let's go with the last one first, because I feel like the third topic will get you into trouble, and I want that as the last topic. All right, so here's the topic. What's your take on this? There's no remarkable fourth gen group. Is it true though?
I mean, kasi like, how would you say remarkable? Because if they're saying it in a way na parang comparing it to all the greats from before, then of course parang people will be like, they're not as stand out. But I think like, kasi they had the time, they had all those years to become like something that was like epic, you know what I mean? So we can't really compare it by that standard. I think they all actually, I think the ones that are coming up, especially the fourth generation, they all are talented, and they have the visuals, they have everything to make it to be something remarkable. They just need more time to actually reach that status. And like we were talking about ITZY already, I think that they have it in them to become one of the greats if they just continue. So what about
you're more into like just giving them time?
Yeah, because I mean,
sabagay, it's a bit unfair. Like if you're gonna look into, let's say, someone like aespa, and then compare them to SNSD, right?
Yeah, because like different than a new market, right? And that's like what people want to listen to. It's changed over the years. Then
It's a bigger
So-
market too.
Mm-mm, yeah, and like there's a lot of like girl groups now to choose from. So or just groups to choose from. So I guess if they have all similar concepts, so I guess people could say that they're not especially unique. Yeah, but like like giving that's why I'm just reiterating, like give it the time na parang maybe with the more and more comebacks and everything that they'll blaze a trail for themselves and be their own kind of unique group.
I guess like no remarkable for me. I think they're all. I mean, for me, yeah, they're all like good because of how much they work hard during their training days and all.
Yep.
So I'm like, how could you not say like, okay, they're not remarkable? They did a lot. Then kahit na to different people's standards, they're not doing well. I'm like, all of them are. I mean, I'm not like trying to be like, oh, okay, you're gonna be safe, but for me, that's what I think.
You reckon how long do they need as far as
Yeah, because it's
the remarkable
to come
adjective
out.
to come up? Yeah.
I said like they kind of lost like because of the pandemic. They lost like 2 years.
That's
for
right,
the
yep.
ones. Yeah. So I guess since you said everything's opening up, I guess we'll see within this 2022. Give it like until the end of the year, which ones actually rise to the top and all that. Because like
maybe see how they interact with the fan base.
Yeah, because they haven't had that chance yet to do like the full on concerts, like full on like face to face meeting, all those kind of things.
And they
Yeah.
could if they wanted to, right? I mean, and I always say this on the podcast. I feel that this current generation that we have, like we're already in 4th gen, right? I feel like the idols of today are more talented than the idols back then. And that's probably something controversial to say, but I when it comes to just the sheer talent of everyone, I just hate the fact that they're not being showcased properly. Because everyone's lip syncing nowadays.
Sadly.
Yeah. And if you've been like into K-pop, like I don't know about you, Bethany, but like Michelle, what you started like way back, right? So when we started listening to K-pop, everyone sang live.
Yeah, I guess
Everyone did.
Like all like Girls' Generation and all that.
Yeah, I mean-
Encore stages back then sound better than stages right now.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, there's lip syncing before, but not as much.
Not as rampant as
today.
right now.
Yeah. But I wonder why though.
I feel like now, because like since they know that there are a lot more people tuning into them, they want the package to be like completely perfect. They don't want to mess it up
That's
by
right.
giving like it's like more like dance, like
And the
dance
face.
focused, and then the face, and then the
Visual.
music, like you said, it might be like in the back burner somehow. Like as long as they look pretty, sound pretty, I mean, move pretty,
Yeah.
So they don't want to mess up because a lot of more eyes are watching them right now.
Yeah, I think I listened to like one of your episode and you're like models dancing. Models
Yeah.
dancing. I was like, oh, true.
Like people think that this podcast is just like puro clout lang yan eh. It's true. Like people are talking about this. It's just that like most people doesn't really have the balls to talk about it like within the medium. And I feel that, and we talked about this, like Nikki and I talked about this on the previous episode briefly. It's because of longevity as well. It's like you get to pre-record everything, so they're not really straining themselves when it comes to practicing. So I'm mostly okay with that. But sometimes, parang gusto ko rin naman minsan marinig naman sila.
The real voice.
They train
Because
for
can-
it. Like
they sing.
Yeah.
They train
I
for it.
sure. I guess now because they're doing a lot of their own shows, in V Live they have their own variety shows. So they're like, okay, let them rest because they already did this show. Maybe they're exposing them in different areas, so that's why they're getting their groups to rest in some point with their voice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that that I understand. It's just that like a lot of people would say, but Yuki, pagod kasi sila. Hindi mo naiintindihan. Sumasayaw sila, blah blah blah. It's like, dude, like pull up like one second gen group that are doing encore stages while still dancing, holding a fucking like trophy with flowers and just singing their hearts out, and are still sounding really good.
Exactly.
And it's not like it's not generational, you know? Hindi dati mas pagod yung mga tao ngayon kaysa dati. No, it's like guys.
But talent-wise, I guess we need to focus on listening to like their voices because it's music. It's not like a dance competition.
Exactly.
It's not like
they need to be able to sort of deliver.
Sabi nga ni Jessie, this ain't a competition. You know?
Exactly. Oh my gosh, Jessie, I love her.
I forgot to mention
Jessie Queen. Like I'm just saying that because I really firmly believe that they're more talented now. We just have to hear it. It's not a question if they can do it or not. They could. It's just that people aren't allowing them to do so. That bums me out. Again, you know, it's management, so screw you, management. But you know, pero kasi there are certain, let's say, what's correct here? what am I supposed to say? Like for instance, Momo had that encore stage.
I heard for her.
And
sorry.
Because it was so bad. It was really bad. Like, you know, and people would be like, tagal mo ng, you know, idol eh. You've been there for a while. You've been relevant for a while. Like, you know, at least like try and practice and stuff. And I understand where she's coming from. Why there's, you know, fear of like getting ridiculed. But they should understand as well where like the fans are coming from as well. And those aren't just like second, third gen fans. Those were like normal fans where, dude, you're an idol. This is your market. You know, try and live up to it at least.
Yeah, I watched a video where they said they would show their audition video and then and then their audition video they did really well, but then now it's quite different because of how maybe the producer or the manager would maybe take it up a notch. Like, okay, this is voice range. This is not your voice range, but then why don't we try it higher?
Because si Momo, her voice is actually naturally like low and sultry. Because I watched her show, I watched the 16. So actually, and he's been forcing her to do some weird baby voice na hindi mo maintindihan. So I guess it also did something to her vocals. So now she's shaky, not as strong as before.
Yeah, it really doesn't suit her. And you know that. Paano ba?
Oh, and then yung mga artists.
That's right. Like, I don't want to say that I don't feel bad. Obviously, I do. It's just that you know they have to live up to it.
Yeah,
they're idols.
That's their job. Actually, they're supposed to be able to perform.
That's right.
Yeah.
Plus, at the same time, you know, you're considered as the standard bearer for girl groups now. You know, might want to live up to that. Because we never had an SNSD-esque group. Except for twice, you know. Red Velvet is there, pero didn't really live up to, you know, their. We'll talk about it later, pero but I felt like Red Velvet needed a bit more push, and like twice really did it well. And now that they're the standard bearers of, you know, the girl group scene, obviously them and Blackpink probably. You know, might want to live up to the girl group, like Nation's girl group moniker.
True.
I feel bad, but I can't say that I blame, you know, the fans. Probably, you know, the choice of words would have been better.
I guess sometimes, like as fans, we expect so much from them, even though we watch videos now. Okay, kawawa naman sila. Or like some fans are. Like giving bad comments and all, and then sometimes we don't realize we are also doing the same thing. Like, I don't know. So,
but I just, you know what I hate like most of the time is the fans that give excuses. They
like,
defend by giving excuses.
All the actions.
Pagod yan. Kakasayaw lang nila. Fuck you.
Try mo nga.
What? Kind of lame excuse is that? Like, kakasayaw lang nila. Pagod yan. Baka wala silang boses. Nag-practice kahapon. Screw you. Like, everyone's doing it. So
They're
you
different.
know, I guess practice.
I'm one of them, so you might be hating me then.
No, I'm just saying that when it comes to like, we can't really just give excuses every single time.
Yeah.
And this is why there's this notion of where there's no remarkable fourth gen group.
Mhm.
Kasi nga baka Yuki mataas lang yung standards mo.
Mhm.
Well, I can't really say that's my fault, you know?
Yeah,
It's like
'cause
if
of
you
what-
used to stand groups
Yeah.
like even groups like Shinhwa, first gen Shinhwa, it's like all of them are smokers, all of them like, you know, freaking drink their hearts out, and all of them sing live. Yung ramdam at rinig mo yung hingal sa boses nila. At pumipiyok na sila, but still, you know, power.
I guess that's why, maybe because of like technology nowadays, they're like very confident now. Okay, they'll edit.
Or
Anyway.
the backtrack being.
Yeah.
I mean,
Plus,
yeah,
they pre-record everything now.
Yeah. So whatever we think is actually live isn't really live.
Yeah.
So that's why I like watching the radio.
That's right.
Videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
The
it's
ones that
how they
Mama
really
Mudu
sounds.
does, like, you know, when they appear on radio.
Yeah.
So, I think it's also a bit unfair to compare people to Mama Moo. It's like,
Oh, they're different.
Yeah, those are like
Their
real
vocals are
like
different.
vocalists. Like,
Yeah.
for sure. Dancing as a other thing, but yeah, they're the mainly vocalists, right?
yeah, but they're not really entirely bad in dancing. Like, you know, obviously they
Yeah,
can dance.
yeah,
It's just that, you know, ITZY is a bit more complicated.
Yeah.
Because ITZY, you know, they're a dance group, and then
Yes,
there's
yes.
aespa as well. But then when it comes to vocals, like, it's just unparalleled up to this day. You know, Mama Moo's just in a different tier.
Mhm.
Last topic for today. So I gotta say sorry in advance, because this might get you in trouble. And, you know how it is in K-pop. We have this ongoing thing going on na parang nakakatakot pumasok ng K-pop kasi toxic na mga fans. Ganun.
Oh yeah, I was like that too. That's why I did. I used to have like a fan account, and then I tried going to Twitter. Apparently, there's a lot of fights going on here. I'm like,
man.
dang.
In season 1, I had a co-host. She's a moo. She was new on Twitter, new on the fandom.
Yeah.
And then she deactivated after like 3 months.
Oh man.
So what, I attacked her?
Yeah, she was a co-host. I found her on Twitter. I was looking for like a co-host to want to talk about Mama Moo. And then she's a Wasa bias. And she was like, you know, she was great. Like, you know, she was from the US. She speaks awesome and like very I say outspoken and stuff. And then it's like 3 months after, like, she just fell off, like went MIA.
Oh man.
And then just saw her Twitter account, like, hi, I'm deactivating blah 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 blah
Oh
blah.
no.
Like, shit.
Yeah.
I lost the co-host.
Oh,
They get too
man.
toxic.
She couldn't take it. It was really
damn.
sad. But yeah, anyway, like, bring a name. Apart from the toxicity, we're still gonna talk about this. Like, okay,
Yes.
here's the topic: who had so much potential, in your point of view, but didn't deliver?
Potential.
This is regardless if it's a group or a solo artist, right?
Oh, okay.
So you gotta think of one. I have one. Saw me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
yes,
the birthday.
Actually,
The
now that
nasal.
you mentioned it.
Yeah. Look, people would beg to differ, right? I mean, Saw Me is very relevant in the K-pop scene, but it just felt like I didn't like her as a solo artist. And it's not because she can't, you know, bring it, because we know she could. It's just that,
Yeah.
you know, song choices were a bit questionable for me, maybe. And I can't say the same with Chungha, right? Like, I would rather IOI disband to get Chungha than IOI continue with her, because Chungha is like in a different level now. But Somi, for me, like, I felt like she had so much potential. Plus, she was supposed to be in Twice. Supposed to be with
in
ITZY.
ITZY. I know they didn't really know what to do with her.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. Yeah.
And now she's with Black Label, which is
Yeah.
like a Teddy company, and I
Yeah,
hate
yeah,
Teddy. So, man, like, I don't know, just so much potential. And I felt like she's underutilized, you know?
Yeah, especially because the music almost sounds similar to sort of Blackpink in a way. Na
That's
it's not
right.
really distinct or anything. Yeah.
This is what they call the Teddy blueprint.
Oh God.
So, I hate it. I hate it. Like I found so much potential. IOI for me, if IOI didn't disband, easily Nations Girl Group. Anyong Twice,
Oh, that's
Anyong
so sad.
ITZY, Babay aespa. I don't give a fuck. Like IOI will definitely be the Nations Girl Group if they didn't disband.
I like I did. Do you like?
What about what is one?
Is one? No,
Well,
I don't know. I'm not
yeah,
a big fan. Sorry.
I think it's ITZY.
ITZY,
I don't know. Like I don't know. Like is one IZone fucking whatever.
Asterisk. Yep.
I asterisk is asterisk one.
Yes.
Whatever. But yeah, well, IZone didn't. That's also I get, but we can't really give them that. We can't give them that benefit because we all know that they're gonna disband at one point.
Yeah. 'Cause
What
it
year
was
was it?
yeah, it wasn't supposed to be more than 1 or 2
2018, I
years.
think 2019.
Yeah.
IZone, right?
Yeah. God.
It's like, do you have anyone else like that you could think of?
I'm thinking.
At first, I was thinking God7 Jackson Wan.
Jackson?
Wan? Yeah. For me, I think
he's
maybe
doing
because
podcasts now, right?
Huh?
He's doing podcasting now. Right?
Podcast na lang siya. Sorry. I mean, like, no, I mean, like, yeah. There are times that I'm like, okay, hindi ko maintindihan yung sinasabi.
Ginagawa niya.
Kahit English. Pero, I don't know. For me, how about yours, Mars?
I can't like think of any, but
Can we put Mamamoo in there?
oh, because of the whole now that Wien's in a different company.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it's like it's I don't
Could
really know when
have.
their next comeback is gonna be. It's like all
That's
gonna be
right,
focusing on
yeah.
solo stuff.
But they
Yeah.
like people would definitely say that hindi, Mamamoo is not supposed to be there kasi like they went ham and got big. Like at
Yeah.
one point with Gogo Bebe and
Yeah, yeah.
the Kalkomani and stuff. But I feel that Mamamoo had a late blooming sort of situation
Yep.
where supposedly when they debuted with Mr. Ambiguous,
Mhm.
someone debuts with Mr. Ambiguous, you should be getting attention,
Mhm.
Their debut song was like so good with
Yeah.
voicing and just all around awesome. And I feel that they didn't really get the amount of attention they should have.
True.
But they
I
did
know.
eventually. It's just that I feel like it's a bit late in their I guess like in their career.
I think I told Mars earlier. Icon, because they could have done better, but then the scandals and all.
Yeah, I guess we could like name all those groups that kind of had those scandals and then suddenly just wala na.
Yeah.
Should EXO be there or DA?
Yeah.
Should
Yeah,
they?
Perhaps.
Aren't they like super big too?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. True. They just
Because
nawala na lang because of
The scandals
the whole
of-
thing about like first the Chinese members and then
rapper to a raper kind of shit.
Rapper,
my God.
raper, and then the guy has
it's one after the other.
his girlfriend pregnant.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Which is not supposedly a bad thing. Just saying,
Yeah,
right?
it's just,
I mean,
yeah.
Screw you guys. Yung mga sabi na, dapat hindi ka na lang nag-asawa at anak. Ako na lang dapat inanakan mo.
Oh
Fuck
my
you.
gosh.
But to be honest, I feel like it's more on the Korean fans though who are reacting. Because I feel like the international fans would
We're a little bit,
understand.
more lenient for sure.
Yeah. I guess here in the Philippines, you have like a couple. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nagpapa-LBC sila ng napkin, stuff like
Oh
that.
my God.
Look, it happens. I don't know if you know Bethany, but Michelle, you know those stories, right? Where
Hi.
sassy fans would go to like lengths of
Oh,
giving
yeah,
them.
it's so disgusting. They would use
Ugh.
their menstruation.
My
pad,
God.
and then they would send it,
Oh Lord God.
and then they would
Yeah.
they would go crazy, girl.
They
Jeez.
went halves. Like, oh my God, it's so bad. And sometimes it's just on their front door.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's like I know where
So
you
the idols
live.
are like not even batting an eye anymore. Like, oh, it's just another
Yeah.
napkin. Yeah.
Another sassing fan. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch, like they would have hidden cameras in their
The idols'
room, their hotel
Yeah.
room.
Jeez, that's too much, bro.
Yeah.
That's like you go to prison with that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. You're restraining
Invasion of
order.
privacy.
I think they're strict
Jeez.
with that now. Like even with comments, like
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
artist can
Yeah,
report
yeah,
that.
yeah.
In their own right, like
Cyberbullying, tama.
should be, and it was just so bad back then. It was so
But
bad.
now it's they
Yeah,
really take care of the
nakakatakot na
artist.
ngayon. You can't really go on and just throw shade towards like all of them. I said they're gonna retaliate. Good for them, because they retaliate now.
Mm.
Who else?
This is a
Can you put
It's a good
FX
controversial.
there? Maybe.
oh, because of the suicide and stuff. They could
Yeah,
have
but
done
it
better.
wasn't really because of any scandal or issue. It wasn't
It
because
was-
of that. Like SM just didn't.
Yeah,
care,
like
you know?
parang
true.
promote them enough.
Yeah.
They got
Especially
kind
Amber.
of like forgotten and everything. That's true, Amber.
Yeah, I knew FX because of Amber.
Yeah, everyone knew FX because of Amber.
Because she's like, diba? Like,
Yeah,
She's
she was
everywhere.
the like her in her own standard. So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's like everyone knew who FX was because of her. And plus, you know, like it doesn't hurt that they're all talented and all
Mhm.
beautiful.
Mhm.
So yeah, SM. You know
Also,
how it is.
another. I think A Pink.
Ah!
No, I don't know. I mean, no, maybe because I don't know. I haven't heard them as much.
Parang the nasa not nasa but like
supposedly, yeah, I get what you mean because supposedly they were going to
Nerd.
dapat sila yung papalit sa SNSD.
Okay.
A Pink was gearing
You're
up
like,
to be
what?
that. But yeah, because
nag-iisip lang
I'm just surprised because like A Pink is still very relevant up to this day. Plus, they just had their comeback.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna disagree with you on that, but I can't say I entirely agree with it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm just like throwing. I'm like, maybe.
Yeah.
Is it?
I would also say IOI, but it's like an eyes one kind of
Yeah,
thing
same
where,
kind of
you know,
situation.
So
I
you can't
just
really
feel
use
bad.
those.
I just feel bad. Like I wasn't really watching Produce,
Yeah.
and I didn't start standing them until they disbanded.
Produce. I feel like those are the could have, would have.
Yeah, they just give us a glimpse
Yeah.
of greatness, sana.
That's
But
right.
yeah, it's too good to last, I guess.
Yeah, but I didn't really like pick me up and
That was
Nomu
a-
Nomu.
sorry.
But you get like a song like Waterman.
Yes,
Oh.
yes,
What
I love
the
that.
hell?
That was so
My
good.
God. Song of the year. And then never went into fruition.
I mean,
hate it.
I don't mind cutesy,
Mm.
but then when you're like pushing it, no. I'm like, no.
I guess wait, what happened? Diba Momoland was sort of getting so much attention at one point, and
Yeah,
then
Momoland
suddenly-
was only big in the Philippines. They were never
Oh,
big in
okay,
Like
anywhere else.
birthday
okay.
parties,
Yeah.
you play that song.
Wait, didn't they have a contract with ABS-CBN at one point?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
even know
yeah.
what that was.
Yeah.
They acted. Did they got to be extras?
Nancy or something. Anyway.
Nancy had a movie, I think.
Movie,
Mm.
yeah. I
Plus,
didn't watch
well,
it.
because Nancy's like just so goddamn beautiful. Like,
Yes.
kind of looks like Liza.
Yeah, like a more Korean Liza. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's not a controversial thing to say. I'm just saying that they look alike.
Similar. Yeah.
I guess it's a compliment for
For each other, most
And
probably.
yeah.
But yeah, they never really got big. It was only
Yeah.
big in the Philippines because of
Yeah, because of
Boom
that
Boom.
song. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess who's our number one on our list? Probably Somi.
Yeah. That very talented girl that they couldn't really find a place for.
Yeah.
So
guess so,
much
yeah.
talent. So much
Yeah,
talent.
she's like visual,
Full
like
excited.
voice. And she's really funny too in like one of
That's
the
right.
variety
Yeah, in
shows.
variety shows. Yeah.
She's really good with
My gosh.
variety shows.
Plus, she can speak English. You know how it is. Like
Yeah,
when it comes
yeah,
to
yeah.
the current market, you need to know how to speak in English properly, because like they're gonna be marketed in like different places.
Yeah. Do you know that? Sorry, this is just so random, but like JYP, like the NMIX group, they were learning Spanish just so they can be able to interact with their Spanish, like speaking
Oh,
fans.
really?
Yeah, so I'm like, really, like I guess the what their plan is that the guys like global, domination. Like they really want to hit all those markets, not just US. They
I
just
think
wanna-
they're doing that with with most of the
Idols
K-pop.
now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like especially when they have concert, they would usually memorize.
Mm.
I don't know if
Mhm.
they're actually having lessons. I feel like they're more on like, okay, let's memorize this line if we're here.
Yeah, and
'Cause-
JYP is like really big on the international scene now with all the
Mhm, mhm.
tours, and
Mhm.
whenever they release like a song, it's they would have like an English version of it.
Yeah, that was a really
That
good
happened with
time to-
ITZY.
Yeah, yeah.
And
What do you guys
Well-
think about the English versions though?
I'm impressed when it comes to ITZY though.
Mm.
Like they can speak okay.
But
And
they could actually.
I Can't Stop Me as an English version, I felt like is one of the best, if not the best, English translated songs I've ever heard in K-pop. Like I don't know if you've listened to I Can't Stop Me as an English version, but they sound
I shall
good.
search. Okay,
You gotta
good.
listen
Yeah,
to
because sometimes it sounds so off-putting that if like in English, like, what is this? Does this even make sense? Yeah. But now, okay, so yeah, I
that's
can't
true.
stop me.
Yeah. And we have that benefit of understanding what they're saying, and if it's like sort of forced, kind of sounds cringy. I'm glad that I don't speak Korean because I got to listen to Got the Beats Step Back
Ah.
and not understand what they're saying. And then I try and look into the English translation, and I hope I can unread everything. It's bad.
Oh dear.
Just
I hope
sounds
I can
better.
just delete it from my head. Like
your memory and listen.
My God, it's so bad. Forget it. I guess Saw Me then, would be the
Saw Me.
perfect example.
Mhm.
Is it controversial to say? Maybe.
Meh. I think a lot would agree.
Right? Because when it comes to IOI was super big, and then everyone was
Yeah.
like saying that Saw Me is the
Had high
next big
hopes.
thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
in their own right, like obviously, like Saw Me's really, really talented. It's just that they don't really know what to do with her.
Yeah. That's why I think they're playing with the genre with her, but then
Yeah.
some
No, I mean, sure, like it's big on TikTok, some of her songs, but other than
Yeah.
that, I'm like, it's not really like, has she had any wins? I don't even know.
I don't even know. It's like,
Yeah.
has she? Wait, we gotta Google this. John Saw Me winning.
I think she had like one or something.
Oh, she got one in 2020 for What You Waiting For.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh.
Mm.
What you waiting for?
Unniece, like her subgroup, like the one with
Oh.
Jessie.
Oh, yeah.
Had better potential.
Cute.
My gosh. No, it wasn't with it wasn't with Jessie. She was in the second season, so it
Oh,
was
yeah.
with Minzy. Minzy of 21. And Hong Jin Young. I don't know if you know
Sorry.
her, like the trot singer.
Yes.
So I don't know. I feel bad for her. Hopefully she gets, a big break. I want her to debut with a group. Like I don't know. I know that's a long shot, but she's used to it. She was with
Yeah,
IOI.
I think she shines best in a group.
That's right. She could be like the center, the center
Yeah.
that can sing, because
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
really a normal thing in K-pop.
Can't do both.
Shout out to I'm kidding.
Yeah, after.
I'll DM it to you. Shout out kay kay dito. Diyan.
Ayun.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Diba?
Tama.
Relatable.
Mm.
Yes.
Ito din, kahit sobrang sakit.
Oh no.
Yeah, because I'm a fan, like I'm a big fan
Yes,
of them.
of
It's
course,
just that,
of course.
shout out sa mga centers.
I love how we're talking and then we're like, oh, and then the
Like,
listeners would be
people have
wondering
no
who is it?
idea who they're talking about. It's like,
You'll have to guess.
I know, right?
true. At least she can sing, right?
Yes.
She's the
yes.
center, but she
Yep.
can rap, she can sing. Then the first two is like, but then the second one is fine. I think we can give a pass on the second one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But the first
think
one,
so.
I really can't. Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, I know you're a fan too.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, I admit it. Then
Diba?
she's a pretty face, but
I think
she's
this
a good
girl
body.
from that group is the only reason why they're relevant right now. To be honest.
Yep.
That's Oh yes.
Yeah, she's very
Diba?
strong.
She's like
yeah.
so strong, regardless of where you put her. It's like you put her in variety. You bring her to Japan. You put her on like songs and like she's just so good.
She's the main bias of majority of.
She's the secret
fans.
bias. You know
Yeah,
the secret
yeah,
bias concept where everyone's like, hindi, si ganito yung bias ko, pero shit. Si ganito.
But in reality,
It's like, I used to hate this person. Hate her.
because of the ego.
Pushing it cutesy. It's like fucking, it's like, I hate it. It's like, Sunny is cute.
Yes.
You're not cute.
Yes.
And then this song happened, and it's like, shit, I love you. I hate
She's just getting prettier and prettier too.
That
and
too,
Then, like,
it's like,
as in,
you know?
she's so strong as a performer.
My gosh, yeah. Plus, you can't discount talent, right? I mean, talent's there, not really in singing, pero like talent's there. I'm fine with her as a dancer. I'm fine with her when it comes to variety. But I just feel that the last girl that I said, like she's the only reason why the group is still very relevant because of what she's doing. Like even in V Live, freaking A.
She knows how to sell herself.
She knows how to kilite people,
True.
Yeah. Freaking A. That's a show. Thank you so much, Mars. Like,
thanks for having us.
Can we do this again? Like, if you're free.
Can we just keep talking?
Yeah, just keep talking. I'm gonna write something up again, and then let's do it in like a month again, or whatever. It's like whenever you're free, like let's just do this again.
Game.
Yeah,
I like it. So again, where can we find you?
You can find us on Instagram, marswatna.podcast, and
listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Yep.
And your socials are, my God, I already forgot.
Oh, Chengbabe, CHENGBABE, and then there's an underscore.
51492.
Yes.
And just Bethany Buendia. Yeah.
Not just.
Or
the.
When's the new episode coming out?
Oh, Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday.
It's about. Can we say it?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
It's a boomerang marriage.
What?
You know what? Yeah. So
Are
they
you aware
got
of the term?
married.
Wait, one second. This is a new topic. 1 second. What?
Also,
boomerang. What?
It's a new. I wasn't aware of that term, but apparently it's when you were married, got divorced, and then you got together
with the same person.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Like a boomerang.
Exactly. So we have a guest, and they're gonna explain like how they got to explain it to their kids. Their
You've
family
already
members.
recorded it.
Yeah.
Man, so like that.
Fun stuff,
That's
fun
so. That's so weird.
But that's why we're like, ooh, this could be a good topic because not a lot of people could go back.
Yeah, because like at one point, and I'm not. This is not a topic. Don't worry. But it's. I just feel like at one point, you probably despise this person, right?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
probably it's because you were immature, you were young. You know, he or she did something, like probably cheated and shit like that. And then like after a few good number of years na parang okay na kayo, had like different relationships and shit like that. Like you come back to them and it's like realize that they're for each other. It's like fuck, can't even.
What is happening? Because they said that we knew each other for 3 months and we got married, so they didn't have time to be friends or get to know each other.
Right.
Kind of rushed into it. So
yeah.
How long was the marriage? Sorry if I'm spoiling people.
No, sorry.
Like 10 plus years because they had 2 kids. Yeah.
11
years.
Yeah.
And then how long were they apart?
For 2-3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So they had different relationships too.
Sort of, yeah.
My
they
gosh,
explored.
how?
So it's kind of
Yung isa.
You have to be like really, to be able to accept someone after all that.
That's
like,
right.
you know?
You gotta be like different kind of maturity there.
Yeah.
So we were like,
insane.
do you really have to get married? But then legal wise, safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's a just for episode. We don't need to
I know,
release it
right?
anymore.
That's right.
Just
yeah.
listen to.
Wow. This is dropping on Tuesday? So this episode's
just
dropping on Monday and then tomorrow it'll be dropped. Okay, I gotta listen to that. Jesus Christ.
Game.
Thanks you girls. Like I thoroughly enjoyed this. Like sincerely. You gotta do this again.
Yes.
All
yes.
right.
Just say when.
Oh, hell yeah. That's the show. Thank you so much for listening to everyone. Again, you can go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all in the same name, at The Kingdom Pod PH. The show will drop on a Monday. Start off the week strong and filled with K-pop controversy and hate. So that's the show. This is Yuki, Bethany, and Michelle signing off for the Kingdom Podcast Season 2. Thanks, you guys. Bye.
The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by The Voice, DJ Yuki, and co-presented by the Bunk Collective and the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, and all your favorite podcast streaming platforms. For inquiries, please email us at thekingdompodph@thebunkph.com, and don't forget to visit thebunkph.com/thekingdompodph. Thanks for listening to the show, and see you next time!